I just want to express to you some of the things that I've been hearing from Vermonters. And first of all, we've got VW customers, we've got VW dealers in red states and in blue states, and they're mad as hell. Some of the questions that came to me from Vermonters, and I want to submit this to the record and ask you, VW, to answer these questions from Vermonters. But let me just give you a reflection of what these say. Number one, what will you, VW, be reading when you're in jail? Number two, I just wonder what the hell you were thinking. 3, how can we help out Vermonters who got these lemons? 4, why should the U.S. allow you to sell vehicles in this country? 5, VW is the Lance Armstrong of the industry. These questions go on and reflect the white heat anger that folks have about the deception. One last question, how do you sleep at night? How do you call yourself a member of the human race when you knowingly poisoned the planet? And then I talked to some of our VW dealers. They care about their customers, and I know you individually do as well. And one of the dealers said, this is on the scale of Enron and Bernie Madoff. That's how deceitful and unnecessary and willful it was. They'll stand by their employees, our VW dealers, but this is going to be an expense to them because they're not selling cars that are bringing in profits. So they're going to have to pay out of their own pocket, and they will do that because they're loyal to their employees. But I have one major question. Just last week, BP reached a settlement with the Justice Department over the massive 2010 Gulf oil spill that killed 11 workers and devastated the environment and the economy of the Gulf Coast. That settlement allowed BP to shift more than half of its $21 billion fine to the American taxpayer by taking advantage of a loophole in the U.S. tax code. In my view, that's wrong. The wrongdoer, not the taxpayer, should pay all of the settlement. And the question I have is this. Will you commit here today, under oath, that VW will not use this loophole to write off any future settlement payments related to the fraudulent and deceptive activity to which VW has already admitted? Sir.
If you want a clear answer under oath, I would have to really understand these tax loopholes, and I don't understand them.
Let me explain it very simply. BP got to write off about half of the cost of that, and that shifts the burden to the taxpayer instead of their shareholders.
My understanding is that we will work very hard in order to get this right, and that they should not be a burden to the taxpayers. Should not be.
Thank you. Another question taken up where Mr. Collins was, I know you individually are appalled at what happened at VW, and you've asked your question, how did it happen? Someone, somewhere, made a decision to make it happen. Mm-hmm. Someone, somewhere, implemented that decision. You've asked yourself how that happened, correct?
Yes, sir.
And your answer to yourself is what?
My answer to myself is that I do everything, and I don't sleep at night, to help our dealers, to help our customers, and to be there for my company and my employees to get us through this crisis here in the U.S.
I appreciate that, and I know that's true. You individually have a very good reputation, sir.
Thank you.
But I asked you another question. You know the company. You've asked yourself who and how. And in your own mind, I'm asking you to share with us your own view about who and what that could happen in the corporate structure of VW.
I think this is a speculation if I would start now, but you know, I'm reading newspapers as well, and there have been lots of articles around there, and from my personal feeling, this was pressure in the system to get resolutions, and also in conjunction with cost pressure as well. This was discussed already here in one or the other instance. And I think it's dead wrong if you put corporate profits before people. And I think we have to get to the point that we put people first and not the pressure and corporate profits.
What people?
Thank you.
In what department? My time is up.
Yes, your time
I
is
yield
up.
back.
Thank you. Now recognize the gentleman from Texas, Mr. Flores, for 5
Thank you,
minutes.
Mr. Chairman. Mr. Horn, thank you.